What's up, family?
Yay! You greeted first.
Yeah, I know that you're like so fussy with the greetings and you're so nervous when it comes to greetings. So I took the honor of
Well
saying,
done.
what's up, family?
Well done.
Hope you guys are good. Hope you've been having a fantastic week. And yeah, we are, slightly talking not too loud because our baby boy is sleeping and
And he took forever
it took a
to
while.
fall asleep.
No, he's cleaning this place up, hey,
Guys,
with
he's
his
so
clothes.
dirty. He is so dirty. I'm tired. Having a crying baby is a lot. It's really a lot.
Have kids, they said.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun, they say.
It's very fun. It's very fun. So
Okay.
yeah, babe, what are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about how do I know that he's the one? And I think
Or she's the one.
Or she's the one. And I think it's such a common question because we all don't want to marry wrong. We don't want to. Nobody wants to. Okay, maybe there are people, I don't know, but I don't think there's anyone who enters a marriage with
The idea of failure, yeah.
or divorce or heartbreak or failure in mind. We all go there thinking it's gonna be great, it's gonna be amazing and whatnot. And because we want to be happy, one of the things that we look out for in a partner is this the one.
Oh, no.
And yeah, I think for me, do you want to start or should I?
Look, ladies first. Yeah, I'm so interested to knowing how do you know that this guy is the one?
I think and literally this is just my thinking.
Okay.
Like it's not the gospel truth. It's not like
It's thoughts of Boitumelo.
yes, it's perception. It's
your thoughts.
It's my thoughts. Okay. So I think that as much as God can choose a certain partner for you, you
What is? Sorry, my phone fell out of the blue.
Okay, yeah, so as much as God can choose a partner for you, I feel that there are specific characteristics and specific the way in which a person is, like how their soul is designed together with their characteristics and their personality. You do get people who are so similar. Like I feel like maybe we can categorize them and say people who fall in this soul group. Actually, there is a thing called soul groups. I researched this long ago, I think last year. People who fall in this soul group, any one of them could make a perfect the one for you because of the characteristics and everything else in between. But I also think that God does choose a specific specific person to say, okay, Lindani. So that's I think one of the things that makes people get confused is, what if my soulmate is in China?
What if I chose the wrong person?
What if I chose the wrong person? And for me to think the way that I think, I always go back to that story of that lady who did our. Remember when we engaged? What's it, Lynette?
Yes, we're engaged.
She was happily married before, and then her husband died, and then she got happily married again, and then she was sharing to us that she doesn't know what being unhappy in marriage feels like, because the first husband was amazing, and the second husband was also amazing, and is amazing, and she was also saying that there isn't much difference between the two of them. It's like it's the same person, but it's not the same person, and that's what made me think that it could be that people who possess certain types of characteristics,
I fully understand what you're saying.
Personality and all of that. Yes,
people are in love with commonality.
Yes, people who are in that box. I don't know, like people who are in that box.
There's a certain box that people love.
Yes, there's a certain box that people love. And I think for me, it's the same even with friends. I realize that I always choose the same type of friends. They don't all have the same personality, but I always
fall in the same box.
They fall in the same box. Like I like people who are loyal. I like people who are open-minded. I like people, all of that. they tick all the boxes that I didn't even know that I had, even though they have different personalities. So I think that's the thing with the one. You must know yourself first. Know what you prefer, what you understand about love. Because sometimes you can find a good person, but your love
style, language,
and they don't match. You know, like they don't understand love the way that you understand love. And that doesn't make them a bad person. They just, you know.
Yeah. Like you don't have to foster it, you know. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Even though it ends on a happy note, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah.
I get that.
I mean, even with us, our personalities are way different. Literally, way different. Like I like me.
But she's infecting me now, Boitumelo, you know, with some sort of
What?
personalities that she
What?
has as well, you know.
What?
I'm not going to mention them because it's going to be... But let me just say, once you get married and you become one with your partner, a lot of their personalities and traits speak that you become one with that as well. So,
yes. Yeah, and I think, guys, compatibility is important. You know, we talk about, yes, God chooses the one for you. And I think when God chooses a person for you, he doesn't just randomly picks and be like, oh yeah, no, I'll just, you know. He considers all factors, you know, even with everything, with our career, with our destiny. God considers everything. He knows that Boitumelo would be fit to be a teacher, so this is the route that she's gonna take or whatever. So I don't think that when we say that God picks up a person for us, it was just loosely. He paid attention to detail, and he knew that you would need this type of person. So a person is single, is watching now, or they're in a relationship, they're dating now, and how do they know that this person is the one?
Man, that is such an interesting question, difficult question. But for me, I would, I think what you said is really good. But I would say that, are you willing to bear with their weaknesses? And I think that is very important. I think you can find strength in weakness, and are you able to, do you see that person being able to strengthen you in your area of weakness, and can you strengthen that person in their area of weakness? But if you can't bear with the weakness, then don't commit to a long-term commitment. Marriage should be permanent, but a long-term contract, a long-term covenant, if you are already insecure about the weaknesses that they possess, and if they're making you feel like you have a lack of trust because of, you know, their weaknesses. So if you're willing to bear with their weaknesses, and then I think that's one factor that, you know, you need to consider as well. Yeah,
and another factor that you can consider, that was so good, babe. Another thing that you can consider is, does this person generally exhaust your soul? You know, you don't want to be with somebody who exhausts your whole being, your whole life, you know. You do have irritability here and there because of the things that they do, but that doesn't generally exhaust your soul. And you get those people who like they take the life out of it, like they just drain you. And I don't think that when you look for the one, you should go for somebody that exhausts you. Like marriage shouldn't feel like an exhausting project. You know, it should
light you up, man.
It should light you up. You must come back from work. The biggest blessings of my life was that after work, when I was still working, after work, I'm so stressed, I'm so tired. I get home and I have this husband who I can just relax with. You know, you don't even have to speak sometimes. Just being in his presence just made me feel lighter. And you need that. You need somebody who's going to make you feel lighter. Not that you can't be light by yourself, but you don't want to be in a space where you are so burdened by this person.
And like, I never understood that. Like, I never understood like how, you know, Boitumelo would always be like, hey, all I want is just your presence. Like, just relax, and just your presence. Like, she would be, you know, and I'd be like, hey man, how can I, you know, can I make you tea? Can I make you biscuits? Maybe I need to feed you. Can I run the bath for you? What should I do? What should I do to serve you? And all she'd be like, no, just be here. Just be here. I want you to be. You know, and for me, I don't know, it's because you always you're always trained to think that marriage is work, and also that, you know,
not that it isn't,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
You get it. And also like seeing with my parents, like they love style and language. It's just
Both of
work.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
love to work for each other to show that they love one another. You know, so growing up with seeing that picture, when you get home, I'm like, it's time for me to work. You know, this is the real work now. You know the work of love. So I never understood how can I just relax and do nothing, and then you say, you know, I love this. And I think that's encouraging, because I feel like that's what God wants from us as well. You know, God is not like work, 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 prove your love for me. No, God is like, relax. I just want you to be.
Enjoy the present.
You know?
Yeah.
So the fact
Yeah.
that you enjoyed my presence, it felt weird.
Yeah, like
No.
I think how I knew that you were the one for me was I knew the type of person I wanted to be with, you know. Like I didn't have a list, but
Yeah.
it's like I knew that it wasn't a list, but I hadn't, you know that when you want a house, you know that type of house.
You know, yeah.
Yeah,
You know the design. This is the design.
Yeah, you don't know the details.
Yeah.
But once you see it, you're
Like,
like, this is the one. Like that matric farewell dress. You don't know what you want, but you know. Like once you see it, you're like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
So I think that was with me as well. You know, like I knew what I wanted, and when I found out, I was like, yes.
But
this is
the
what-
difficult question though is, when I was cheating on you, then did you still, believe that this guy is still the one?
I think for me during that time, this topic is always like tricky because it feels like we're saying cheat, you know.
And we're not saying that.
We're not saying that. So for me, I think at that time it was I know you as a person. Like I know you as a person, and I knew that you were
This
also
is out of character.
It was so out of character, guys. And I don't want to say this because people are gonna think, oh, my boyfriend is cheating because he's out of character. Then I must just wait for him. No, you know, like that's why I don't like to talk about it, because it feels like I'm saying Begezela stay, and I'm not saying that. But I knew that this isn't you. I know you are a loyal person with a whole lot of integrity. And that's what I said to you. I said to you, if you remember.
I do.
Yeah.
That was like so.
Yeah, I said to you that this
is
person
not you.
is not you. And
Imagine telling someone who's cheating, this person is not you. And then I'm like.
And then I continued and I said, I'm going to leave if you continue to choose to be this person. But if you choose to be yourself, we can work it out. And he chose to go back to who he is. So yeah, that's why that for me, I was willing to let go, because I knew that if this is not what God has blessed me with, God can bless me with the same
Or
thing,
even better.
or even better. You know, God knows what my heart desires. God knows that I want a man full of integrity. I want a loyal man. I want someone who's very kind, someone gentle. God knew that I wanted all of that, and I didn't even put a strict list and say, God, you must do this. God just knew what I wanted, and not only what I wanted, what I needed.
That's so good.
He knew what I needed, and I needed a gentle person, you know.
That's so deep.
Yeah.
I think that is like so good and so deep, because we tend to write our own list, but your list could be what you need at that moment.
Yes.
At that moment.
Yes.
That
Yes.
you know that.
As we are talking, I'm thinking about that actually. Yeah.
Like you originally you are
Your
a
list
person.
your list could even be a trauma response.
Yes.
Because of what you're going through.
Yes, exactly that. You know, you could be a person who for dinner you love pasta, but at the moment you are craving an apple, and you are writing an apple as your dinner list, whereas your dinner is all forms of pasta. You know, so God knows the list of the person that is suitable for you. If you trust Him.
If you trust Him, carry on.
If you trust Him, He will provide the right person for you.
Thank you for watching. Our baby is up. That's why we froze for a second. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe,
like,
give your comment.
Come on now.
I try and answer the comments as soon as I can.
Yeah.
I've been tasked, and he is the one who has the account, so he's
But
the one.
you're good.
You're supposed to be the one who
But
answers.
you're good. You're
okay.
good. You're good at people engagement.
I know, but then it's not like I have to like open the computer and do it, whereas it's
okay.
on your phone.
Okay, we'll do it together, guys.
Thank you for watching. Yes, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and share with your friends and tell your friends and friends and friends and friends.
We out.